You want to do a mic check there for
Mic check, mic check.
Yeah.
Rolling, rocking and rolling.
Jeff? You guys come away with the big win today. Just how did it feel after this one, getting to celebrate with your team?
It's about what I thought it would be like. You know, there's just frustration that I promised myself I wasn't going to let happen. Just the elements of just having to battle through that stuff. But, man, I thought our defense was one that set the tone. And, man, Frank Harris just, early, he just won't be denied, man. You can just feel it. And what a blessing that we've kept him healthy. I mean, he's making up for a lot of kids that are out there not playing. But, man, he was special. Our kids just compete, man. They know how to win.
I saw you guys came out in shorts and T-shirt in pregame. Is that kind of what was it? Just trying to stay dry, or kind of get ahead of the mental aspect of today?
It was just trying to use some common sense. That why go out there and get your uniform completely soaking wet and then wait for your head coach to come in and talk to you and sit in there for 20 more minutes before you come back out? Why you got to warm up so you can go back in and freeze? I mean, we made a decision to warm up with stuff that we would go in, take off, get completely dry, put on all underclothes, put your uniform on, and at least start the game off dry. Did a really good job with. We had hot chocolate, we had chicken broth. I mean, we tried to make our defense understand if they would get them off the field quickly, they didn't have to be under those tents. They get back under those tents and get hot chocolate and chicken broth. So I don't know if any of that mattered, but we attacked every angle we could.
Jeff, to that point, I think Day went shirtless in pregame, and just the mentality of overcoming these elements. How did you think your guys did?
I guess he didn't pack enough shirts. No, I don't know. I guess he was trying to make a mental statement, like you said.
Yeah.
He's kind of our leader. He is our leader on defense, and he talks to the guys and gets them going. Man, he wanted to win this one. He wanted to get it done, and they were embarrassed because the last time we were in a very similar situation, we didn't play so well. But luckily this year, this is the third time we've kind of been in some of this. Miami was yuck, Birmingham was yuck, and now today was yuck.
How much could you sense they were ready to go from the jump? Did you feel that?
Hotel all week, you could just feel pre-game warm up. I mean, it was just they had a lot of juice, and really proud of them. We've been that way on the road every single game. I mean, it's that triangle travel stuff might be just words to some people, but those kids, they live by that stuff, man. And it's only been one time in 3 seasons that we didn't represent that thing, just once.
It's the second year in a row y'all have gone 5-1 on the road. What are your thoughts on getting that done again?
It's hard to win in college football, so you need to enjoy it. Again, our coaches were griping and fussing. We were just having substitution issues because we were trying to get everybody. It's harder on the road because you don't have the depth, because you can only travel 70. So you don't have the people to put out there. So you're really just trying to manipulate a situation where you don't want to get anybody hurt, but you're just trying to get out of that game. I don't think we had one first down after we pulled our ones on offense, which was extremely frustrating. But it's going to be a lot of good video to teach off of. Whenever you mass substitute, it's hard. If you substitute 3 kids, you wouldn't even. If we just substitute 3 kids, you wouldn't notice it. But when you mass sub all 11, that's tough.
What did it mean, and what were the emotions like to be able to have a little trophy celebration out there after the game?
I need that in my life because I'm such a next. Sometimes you got to stop and smell and enjoy the roses and appreciate what you've done here. And I'm the worst at that. And I told those kids that, because they gave me, do you want to do this? And first I said, no. And then I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing, right? It's a big deal. And, of course, those kids need to be celebrated. And it's hard, especially with the injury situation. We're really thin, and we're just holding on. We're just trying to get home, and we can at least see the end.
Does it mean more because of that compared to last year? I mean, you're not fresh off of it, but is it a little more fulfilling knowing you kind of stayed the course and you're back in the same spot you were?
Yeah, obviously last year was special in its own way, but this group, you lose so many great players on defense to begin with, right? I mean, Chuck was a really good player. He's in the NFL right now. C9 was the MVP of the whole league, should have been. Bull, our nose guard. Lorenzo, our defensive tackle. Tariq Woolen, who's the NFC Rookie of the Year. Rashad was, AP. Antonio Parks, who's now a GA for us. So you already lose those people, right? And then you lose Brandon Matterson, who's your best nose guard. Then you lose your preseason Conference Player of the Year. That defense has been, from compared to last year to this year, and they're really playing really well right now. They're hitting their peak at the right time.
Can you break down the escape from the Gatorade cooler for us and how that played out after?
That was, what is that, fight or flight? I did both. It was flight at first, and then I got cornered, and there's like 8 of them. So then I went attack. JJ's got video evidence of this, and I just grabbed the cooler and just pulled it down. And see, my feet got totally soaked, but what they don't realize, see, I'm a veteran. Straight East Texas. I'm good to go, boy. Good to go. They didn't get me.
And you guys now this is the second straight week you guys have been able to win by a pretty convincing margin. How do you just describe the form of the team right now and the state you guys are in?
It's those turnovers that you kept harassing me about earlier in the year that we couldn't create. And I kept saying I don't know really what caused it because we're doing the same drills. They tend to come like in bunches. And every time I occasionally say something that comes true and you and JJ are wrong, I just love it so much. So I was thinking about that during the game. Like, I cannot wait to bring this up to Greg. I don't know what we're doing different, but I know we're still working the same drills. And to your point early in the year, getting pressure. I mean, knocking their quarterback out. I mean, I feel bad for Mike. I mean, we got home on a pressure, and that was their original starter, and they finally got him back, and then we knocked him out. I mean, we need to enjoy this. I mean, I've been through that. My first year here with us, we went through 4 quarterbacks, and that's just such a painful. It's the only time the president's ever called me, during the season to check on me when the 4th quarterback went down. I think he thinks I was about to really be in a bad way.
Nonsense.
And it was when Lowell got hurt after the Army game, and that was a big. It was just like, what else, right? So I've been through that, so I'm very empathetic for coaches that's tough when you lose your quarterback. And I feel bad for Mike and that staff because that's just hard to operate when that guy goes down.
Did it change how you attacked them defensively from that point forward?
We didn't know their starter was going to be back. We prepared for the other one, so we didn't even know he was going to be out there until he was out there. So we did play against him last year, so we were already prepared in that game plan. We kind of knew, but that was a surprise to us, and they did a good job of keeping that from us. Our media just must not have enough contacts to give me the download.
Jeff, you guys are hosting the Conference USA Championship in a few weeks. What I know you still got another game between now and then, but what does that mean to the team?
It's incredible. Our cities, our fans. How about today? I mean, I don't know. I don't ever keep up with stats, but it sounded like we had more fans here than they did. They were incredible. Our band was up there. It was fun. It was a fun environment. An element of the game that we were surprised that many came down here, especially in this weather. We knew they would come if it wasn't the weather, but the weather was just so bad. And they were out there celebrating with us after the game. That was cool. Cool experience. Our fans are very loyal, and we're very grateful. We're very appreciative. They have a humble spirit, and we want to try to personify that as a team ourselves to represent the city of San Antonio.
What does it mean to be able to try and defend your title in back-to-back seasons?
It's crazy. I mean, it's really crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. It's beyond my wildest dreams. I mean, we work hard at it. We believe in ourselves, but man, you better enjoy this kind of stuff. And when you got Frank Harris at quarterback, you always got a chance. Why you tell me to hurry up, franchise?
Are you ever surprised by what he does? Like today, it was like I was gonna have like Baby Vic all over again, like he was doing in high school. You know what I mean?
He is the most. He's getting to be literally the most unique player I've ever coached in my life, and I've coached some fantastic ones, but he's different, and I'm going to do my greatest recruiting job ever, see if I can get him to do this again. But whatever he does, I'm going to love him. If he rides off into the sunset, I'm going to love him, and if he comes back and tries to do it again, I'm going to love him. He is extremely unique. As great a player he is, he's a better person. I know I say it all the time, but he really is a better person, and we are all blessed that he's been in our presence.
How do you sum up just what's been the key to getting the run game going at such a high level these last few weeks compared to earlier in the season?
I'd say consistency on the other line, just getting those guys back, depth, competition. What Bobby Knight says, the greatest way to motivate a kid is, AOB, ass on bench. And, when you got guys you can pull them with and they know you can pull them, it just makes it better. And we're deep up front now. We had to play so many kids. And bam, Brendan Brady and Kavorian Barnes are running the ball very well right now. And there's always the element of Frank. There's always the element of Frank pulling the ball and getting gone.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Chef.
y'all. God bless. Birds up.